Hello everyone.
Are we live?
Yep.
Hello everybody.
Let's
Thank
go.
you for coming on and joining us today. I'm Mario Cordova from Siesta View Drive, and this is Herman Perez. You guys know him from Villa Largo. We found it necessary to come out today and kind of address a lot of issues that we need to address. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody. I mean, we've pretty much knocked on every door in this neighborhood at least twice, if not 3 or 4 times. And many of you have opened your doors. Many of you have asked very good questions, have become educated about the problems that have been plaguing our community for all these years. And from my understanding, you guys have voluntarily committed your vote to our recall because you want a positive change. With that being said, again, this is about you guys, the VSO community. If you guys want change and you guys signed this, and I think that our goal is to try to bring that to fruition. That being said, unfortunately, an email went out today, a blast email from the actual HOA management company, I believe directed by our current board. The email seems to talk a lot about misinformation and about things that are not quite as they are delineated on the communication. So we, as we continue to earn your trust and support, we find it necessary to kind of address the elephant in the room and kind of try to see if we can at least shed light on what the meaning of this email and communication was. First and foremost, we have not kept any secrets from any of you. We've told you that immediately after the election took place, or didn't take place, but he had said, we pursued to review our ballots, to see how many people actually voted, to see why they denied us our election. And we simply share a difference of opinion. I mean, for the last 3 elections prior to the last one, the quorum has been 25%. And nobody was ever notified that the quorum was changed by any official communication. So we did what we thought is best. We challenged that decision. We went through mediation, and simply the board didn't show up. Only 2 people from the board showed up with the attorney, and they basically said that they weren't going to negotiate anything with us, and that was the end of it. We wasted money on attorney fees and mediation, and just to see them and say that they're not going to really negotiate anything. That's the reality.
And tell them what we asked for, that it was only to count the votes.
Correct. So the only thing we've ever asked the board from day one is to count the votes and to see a duly elected board. Because as a lot of you don't know, this current board has never been elected. They've been self-appointed because they continue to claim that people don't vote and we never reach quorum. But a lot of us over time have come to realize that, not enough ballots are being sent out. They're hiding a lot of things from us. So there's a lot of distrust that has come up from all these elections. And that's why we decided this time that we have momentum and we have a lot of people involved, a lot of owners that want answers, that we should pursue this until we get some positive change. That being said, we hired our attorney. We went through the documents and rules and regulations that, pertain to our community. And that we went through the steps that said that. We had to go to mediation. That was the first step. We couldn't skip it. We had to go. Then we had to go to arbitration. Our documents don't say whether our arbitration needs to be binding or non-binding. So we asked for binding arbitration. They denied us that. They don't want a binding arbitration. Binding arbitration means that whatever the arbitrator would have decided would have been what stood. And they were afraid that they would lose the case, and they decided that, no, we want non-binding arbitration. Now, that changed a lot of things, right? Because now we have to spend a lot of money to bring the case up to an arbitrator who's probably not going to weigh things as equally as a binding arbitration, because at the end of the day, either party doesn't have the obligation to do anything, no matter what the decision is. However, we had the support of the developer, who he agreed that he turned over the bylaws with a 25% quorum, and that the current board was supposed to record them immediately upon them taking office. That never happened, and they took office approximately 3 years ago, going on 4 years now. So therefore, that never happened. And because they didn't do it, they decided that in 2020, we're going to create new ones and change all the rules without any input from the owners. So we also reached out to our old property managers to give us, their affidavits. So a lot of people stepped up to kind of explain that they thought that this was the way our neighborhood was supposed to run. Unfortunately, in the interest of saving money and the fact that it was a non-binding arbitration, we decided to do everything via affidavit rather than having people personally testify. Unfortunately, what happens is that you don't really have much to say. The arbitrator reads through everything and he basically makes a decision based on what he sees. What his actual decision is that he didn't find that there was any wrongdoing because the original bylaws were never recorded. So, and that he didn't see a law that applied that obliged the current board to record them. And we accept that. That is what he found. That is the truth. But it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean they did it right. It doesn't mean that that's the way it's supposed to be. And their communication today kind of implies that they won, so to speak. That being said, the only recourse we have left after arbitration based on our documents is to sue the HOA board and the HOA in itself. We have opted not to do that because we believe that there's enough homeowners here that support change and that we can do it through the recall vote. Taking this to a higher court would just mean expending a lot more of our money plus the expenses of the HOA, which in turn, no matter who wins or loses, is going to wind up increasing our assessments over time. And we don't want to do that to this community. No. All we want is change. We want somebody who's who has transparency, to care about what the owners think, to try to do things that increase our property value, that bring value to our community, that bring us together in unity, and that allows us to know what's going on. Because here things happen and people don't know what's going on, how to go about seeing things, doing things. After knocking all these doors, I'll tell you that more than half the people that we spoke to didn't know who our board members are. They didn't know their names. They didn't know what they look like. And some of these board members have been in power since probably 6-7 years ago because they were appointed by the builder himself back in 2015. So, for them not to be known by the majority of the people they serve, you have to question that. Anyway, I'm going to lay this to rest with regards to this letter by letting you know that, yes, and we have been telling people too when they sign these forms for the recall that they're not obliged to keep this vote, valid if they don't want to. You can change your mind at any time, and you don't even have to sign that thing. If you tell me, I don't want to vote, give me my vote back, I'll give you your form back. That's how transparent I want this process to be. But if you feel like you made a mistake, you didn't want to vote, whatever it is, and you want to take your vote back, then you should have the right to do that. And I'm not here to force you to keep your vote with us. But all I tell you is that we've seen a lot of years of poor service, poor dedication to our community, and we're losing property value compared to the other communities around us. And this is a great community. It has a lot of potential. And all we want to do is make it better. We want to exploit our community to the highest potential it could possibly have. That being said, I'm not going to say anything else about the email. If you guys have any additional questions about that email, direct message us and let us know what's going on and what you need. And we'll do our best to come out and let you know what to do.
If somebody have a question, you can ask right now. Also, while we'll keep doing this information. Also, si alguien la tiene en español, menciónala también si tiene alguna pregunta, algo que escuchó. Just in case Spanish, English, we can do both.
Yeah. If you speak Spanish only, at the end of our presentation, we'll go ahead and say everything in summary in Spanish as well so everybody can understand.
So al final él lo va a traducir en español.
So the good news is that the fact that this email and this mail out went out, by the way, the mail out is costing us money because they made sure they sent it out to every one of you to see how many votes they can get back. But anyway, that means that we have got their attention. As you guys all are aware, we haven't had an HOA meeting in over a year. Business continues to be transacted in this HOA behind closed doors, God knows where. There's no transparency. We've requested records numerous times and have always been denied. We've been told that the records don't exist. So these are a lot of the reasons. So I can go on and on. We'll be here all night if I can tell you every reason why we are pursuing this. This is of utmost importance. It is something that every one of you, I think, has the responsibility to help this community be the best it can be.
Do you want to be in the video? It's a person.
No, that's Bonita Kim. That's okay.
Okay. I'm sorry.
So, if we are in the final days, the recall ends this weekend. We are planning to have all these documents turned in to the HOA no later than midweek next week. They will have it in their possession, and we should have a meeting soon. It's not too late. Please reach out to any one of us through email, through direct message. Personally, you can come to my house, 2964 Siesta View Drive. I will be happy to furnish the form for you and collect it right there and then. But please, we have done well, and we're this close to having the biggest change VSO has ever seen. And we really, really, really appreciate your support and want to continue to serve you in the best way we possibly can. Anything else?
Well, so as you know, we already are there, real close. We're gathering extra votes just to make sure we are in an error or, margin of error, just in case they start saying, for example, Mario Cordova's recall, he got a violation, his vote out of the window. Oh, he owes whatever, they're going to start. Yeah. So
in case they deny anybody their vote, we just want to have more than enough. So we have a cushion to make sure that we make the 51% threshold or higher. Yeah. At this point, we have quite a bit. I'm not going to give any numbers because I don't want people to understand where we're at. But we're in a very good position. We're very happy with how our efforts have turned out. As you guys are aware, we've been doing this for 3 months. We've been knocking on doors, collecting votes on every minute, every hour that we have to spare. And a lot of you have helped us as well, and we cannot that cannot go without saying that this is a true effort from the entire community. Okay, there's an issue also about parking in the neighborhood where people have been parking vehicles in different areas, and people are questioning whether that's allowed, not allowed. So we got an official communication from the CDD manager today that says that the streets are public. We can park anywhere we want. No one can tell us where to park, not to park. So if you want to park your car anywhere, just do it. As long as your car is legally registered and you're legally parked. Don't block the hydrants. Don't block the mailboxes. As long as you do that, you can park your car anywhere. So this way, now we understand why these things are happening and that it's not illegal to do that. Anything else?
So far, yeah.
And again, people, I don't want to take up all your time, but, we really appreciate the support. You have to keep it coming. One last thing I want to say is also, that I forgot to say about the legality of things, that during our legal proceedings, we were kind of shocked that the only people participating in the legal proceedings from the HOA board were 2 board members. That's it. There was never a third, a fourth, a fifth person there. And as you know, we have 5 members on the board, and there's 2 empty seats. So, we pretty much have everything stacked against us, okay? But one promise, we're going to make a couple of promises to you guys that vote and support us, okay? The first thing we're going to do when we get on this board is we're going to seat 2 more people to have a full board of 7 so that we can make better decisions, have better ideas. We plan to bring lots of committees to fruition, from beautification committee, architectural review committee, social events committee, you name it. And we're going to open this up to all the owners. Whoever has ideas, wants to, lead something and happen to know people or whatever, or finance it in a different way because they have a business, whatever it is, you know, we're going to become a friendly neighborhood. And this is when what I want is people not to be afraid to contact the HOA, because they know they're going to get the right answer, and there's not going to be any personal biases. There's not going to be any persecution for you not agreeing with the board. It is your right to agree or disagree.
Right.
So these are all commitments we're making, as well as transparency. When we're there, you can come to any meeting. We'll have financial books there. We'll have rules and regulations. You can read. You can look through it yourself. We're not going to hide anything from you. This is the way it should be. This is the way Florida statutes have shown it to be. When you have nothing to hide, there's no reason why you shouldn't be transparent. Okay? Again, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it. You guys coming out. I hope this puts a lot of the questions about today's communication to rest. Furthermore, we're planning to see if maybe we hold a little powwow rally here at the Center Park on Sunday afternoon, maybe 4 or 5 o'clock. Stay tuned for the details. We'll post them once we iron it out. But, you know, it's not going to be an official event. It's kind of a bunch of owners just coming out and showing solidarity for the change that we're trying to make. This is all very exciting. I'm very happy that we made it this far. I'll be honest with you, when me and Herman decided to take on this journey, I felt like the mountain was too high to climb.
Yes.
But you guys made it very easy. And we're happy to be here, and we can't wait to continue to serve you. Again, we love you all. Thank you for supporting the Via Soul Change. Have a great night.
Thank you.
In Spanish, ¿no?
Yeah.
Ok, queridos residentes y dueños, queríamos tener esta reunión hoy porque queríamos sacar a lucir ciertas cosas que fueron mencionadas en una comunicación de la Asociación de Propietarios que fue enviada por email y también por correo esta tarde. Primero que nada, quiero darle las gracias a todos ustedes que han abierto las puertas, que han hablado con nosotros, que se han informado sobre los problemas que tenemos en esta comunidad y los que quieren soluciones y mejoría para nuestra comunidad. Nosotros estamos muy orgullosos de poder haber participado en esta colección de votos, porque vemos que hay mucho apoyo, hay mucha gente que estaba descontenta con lo que estaba pasando, y hemos conocido mucha gente de todo el mundo, de todas clases de culturas, que nos da mucho orgullo de saber que somos parte de esta comunidad. Primero que nada, la comunicación de hoy que fue enviada da a insinuar ciertas cosas que no son 100% ciertas. Primero que nada, ellos están cantando victoria por habernos negado la elección pasada en febrero. Eso fue mucho menos que una victoria. Primero que nada, quiero decirles que nosotros tuvimos que ir a revisar esos votos la misma semana que nos negaron la elección. Contamos los votos. Tenemos más de 25%, casi el 29% contamos, y siempre y cuando nos negaron porque supuestamente ellos habían cambiado la regla a 30% octubre de 2020. Y esto nunca fue notificado ni comunicado a nadie. Entonces nosotros hicimos nuestra responsabilidad, que es de tratar de reclamar que por qué eso había ocurrido. Contratamos un abogado. El abogado leyó nuestras reglas y nuestros procedimientos legales y dijo que necesitábamos ir a mediación para ver si llegábamos a un acuerdo con los miembros de la Junta. Ese día tuvimos que esperar casi 2 meses para poder llegar a mediación, y ese día llegaron 2 miembros de la asociación nada más. Los otros 3 miembros no se aparecieron, y un abogado. Y básicamente no hubo discusión, no hubo nada de qué podemos hacer para ayudarlos, ni nada, sino que solamente esto no se va a negociar, no vamos a negociar porque no tenemos suficiente gente aquí para hacer decisiones, y se fueron. Nosotros gastamos dinero en abogado, en la mediación, y no llegamos a nada. Pérdida de tiempo. La próxima etapa era de ir a arbitración. Arbitración es cuando es un abogado que ve todas las evidencias y da una decisión basada en las evidencias. Nuestros documentos no requiere que vayamos a una mediación que sea, en inglés se dice binding, pero que sea obligatoria a que quien sea que gane lo que el arbitrador dé tiene que ser ejecutado. Ellos se negaron a darnos esa oportunidad, porque si ellos nos hubieran dado esa oportunidad, nosotros hubiéramos invertido más tiempo y más recursos para poder probar nuestro caso. Simplemente ellos decidieron de que no importa lo que el arbitrador iba a decidir, ellos no iban a cumplir, y por eso lo querían de esa manera. Nosotros prohibimos arbitradores ellos se negaron a usar los arbitradores que nosotros propusimos, ellos propusieron otro y nosotros lo aceptamos porque no nos quedaba otra. El arbitrador, decidimos no, como no iba a ser obligada la arbitración, decidimos mejor usar affidavits, o sea, documentos, testimonios escritos de la constructora, de los manejadores de propiedades anteriores y de ciertos dueños que han vivido aquí, otros que han vendido, que todos estaban de acuerdo que nuestra meta para tener una elección era 25%, siempre ha sido. Teníamos cartas de las elecciones pasadas que siempre ha sido 25%, y aún el jefe de la constructora dijo de que él había entregado los documentos que ellos estaban supuestos a grabar en el condado después de la primera elección, y eso nunca se dio a cabo, y eso fue en el 2018. Entonces ellos no han hecho nada del 2018 hasta el 2020, porque nosotros nuevamente estábamos obligando una elección, porque estábamos empezando el papeleo de nuevo para removerlos. Ellos decidieron llamar una elección, ¿verdad? Entonces esa elección ellos nunca la hicieron correctamente, hicieron muchas alegaciones de que la gente se estaban robando las maletas, que cosas estaban pasando que no eran ciertas, decían que tenían fotos. Nosotros pedimos evidencias, nunca las prohibieron. Pero de todas maneras, nosotros prohibimos toda la evidencia que pudimos encontrar. Lamentablemente, el arbitrador no sentía que la Junta tenía el deber de grabar esas reglas obligadamente, y que por eso él no quería hacer el cambio. Pero eso no quiere decir que eso fuera lo correcto que hacer, porque no. Ellos hubieran grabado las reglas al nomás ellos empezaron, y nunca tuviéramos que estar en la situación que estamos ahora. Pero de todas maneras, no se dio a cabo. Entonces nosotros teníamos la opción de demandar a la Junta quiero decir, a la asociación, pero decidimos no hacerlo por dos razones: porque nos iba a costar más dinero a nosotros, y al mismo tiempo ellos van a gastar todos los recursos de la asociación, que al final del día va a causar que nosotros estemos deficientes en dinero y nos van a dar otro subo en los pagos. Y por eso decidimos mejor utilizar la ley de la Florida, que nos dice que podemos remover a los directores sin ninguna excusa. O sea, que no los estamos removiendo porque ellos hicieron algo malo, los estamos removiendo porque la mayor parte de los dueños están de acuerdo de que ellos no están haciendo un buen trabajo. Ellos quieren que ustedes se enfoquen en lo que ya pasó en las elecciones anteriores, para ver si ellos pueden eliminar ciertos votos que tenemos. Correcto. Acuérdense, la arbitración terminó más de 5 meses atrás, casi 6 meses atrás. ¿Por qué ellos no presentaron esa información al nomás ocurrió? ¿Me entiende? Ellos hubieran presentado eso hace tiempo, pero no lo hicieron, porque ellos no tenían intención de dejarles saber a ustedes lo que había ocurrido. Pero ahora, como nosotros hemos anunciado que ya tenemos los votos necesarios para removerlos, ahora quieren corrompir a la mentalidad de nuestra gente, dejándoles saber de que nosotros causamos confusión. Yo no creo que yo le he doblado el brazo a ninguno de ustedes dueños para que firmen esto. Yo les he explicado lo que ha estado pasando, así como estoy haciendo en este momento. Les mostré el formulario y ustedes firmaron de toda voluntad suya. E inclusive, le voy a decir, hay como menos de 10 dueños que no han querido remover cierto de estos miembros, y yo se lo dije: está bien, si usted los quiere dejar, déjenlos. Porque eso así es como se deben de hacer las cosas. Y ellos saben, ellos son mis testigos, que cuando ellos me dijeron eso, yo no me opuse, no les dije nada, les dije yo: está bien, esa es su voluntad, hágalo. Nosotros necesitamos el voto nada más. Entonces, y por eso tenemos también gente, bastante, más de lo que yo me imaginaba, que no quisieron firmar por miedo, porque anteriormente han tenido, que les han mandado violaciones a Grede por cosas que siempre han existido, pero ahora como ellos se meten a firmar y a colaborar, y eso la junta directiva hace cosas agrede. Entonces esas personas también yo tengo que respetar, que si ellos no quieren involucrarse por miedo o por lo que sea, uno tiene que respetar eso. Entonces desde que nosotros empezamos esto, yo sabía que no 100% de la gente van a firmar. Siempre van a haber unos que van a tener otras opiniones, y eso está bien. Eso es lo que nos hace la comunidad que somos, que podemos tener diferencias. Pero cuando usted ve que tenemos más de la mitad de la gente firmando en favor de nosotros, usted tiene que pararse a pensar qué es lo que está pasando aquí, quién tiene la razón. Correcto. Y eso es lo que esperamos que usted tenga de todo esto hoy, esta noche, es que entienda que si usted firmó y firmó de voluntad, no se deje llevar por las anticas de esta gente que quieren que usted remueva su voto. Porque necesitamos todos los votos que podemos tener, porque yo sé que ellos van a tratar de negarnos ciertos votos de personas legítimas, porque yo me he reunido con gente de Uruguay, de Bolivia, de Perú, hay gente en Inglaterra, en el Canadá. Nosotros hemos contactado gente mundialmente para tratar de traer el logro de esta cosa. Y ellos saben de que hay ciertas personas que no van a poder venir a defenderse si ellos le niegan el voto, pero nosotros vamos a hacer todo lo posible porque ellos validen todos los votos que sean posibles de validar. Aparte de eso, estábamos hablando también del parqueo. Hoy recibimos comunicación de el manejador del CDD que dice que las calles son públicas, no hay parqueo asignado. Aquí quien quiera puede parquear donde ellos quieran con tal que sea legal, que tenga las tablillas vigentes y que esté estacionado legalmente, o sea, no en una bomba de agua o en un buzón bloqueando la basura o algo así. Ya ahora lo sabe que cualquiera puede estacionarse donde quiera. No hay reglas dedicando que la gente de los townhomes tienen que parquear allá o las casas tienen que parquear allá. Así que si usted quiere venir a parquear su carro frente a mi casa, venga. Si es que
hasta ahora lo del townhouse todavía está en veremos, pero sí lo de las calles full, sí se pueden parquear en cualquier área de las calles. De los townhouse todavía estoy esperando una respuesta extra confirmando porque me envió que las calles, pero no me mencionó nada todavía del parking lot de los townhouse, por si acaso, para que no, por lo menos si las calles, como dice Mario, sí se pueden parquear donde sea en la calle. Entonces tenemos, ya sería.
Bueno, y vamos a terminar. Le queremos agradecer otra vez más por su tiempo y quiero que entiendan que para nosotros es sumamente importante que ustedes brinden su confianza con nosotros y entiendan que nosotros estamos haciendo esto de corazón, no por cosas personales como otras personas quieren hacerlo pensar, por agrede a las cosas que han pasado en el pasado. No, nosotros nos hemos metido en esto simplemente porque hay apoyo de la comunidad que quiere cambio, que quiere algo positivo y que queremos sacar esta comunidad adelante. Lo que nosotros prometemos, si ustedes siguen apoyándonos y llegamos a lograr esta meta tan grande que nos hemos propuesto, es darle transparencia a todo lo que tiene que ver con la asociación de propietarios, sean las reglas, sean las finanzas, sean los contratos, cualquier cosa que usted quiera ver, usted la va a tener disponible cuando usted quiera. No vamos a tenerla en lo oscuro porque estamos guardando algo, escondiendo algo. No, nosotros queremos que todo el mundo sepa lo que está pasando y que entiendan que su dinero se está siendo gastado de una manera apropiada y que estamos recibiendo los mejores servicios que el dinero pueda comprar. Una vez más, muchas gracias por haber compartido con nosotros. Espero que todos tengan un buen fin de semana y el domingo, como de 4 a 5, vamos a anunciar la hora oficial en el Facebook. Nos gustaría que nos reunamos cuantos dueños puedan salir y a residentes aquí al parque enfrente de Puerta del Sol a mostrar el apoyo que tenemos para la solidaridad de hacer este cambio positivo que estamos tratando de hacer. Muchas gracias una vez más, que tengan buen fin de semana. Chao.
Gracias. Thank you so much to everyone. No hay any question. Can you check before we leave? Hold on, I've got to check something
how do I check?
on the Facebook Live, just in case, because I don't see any question. I don't know if someone asked. You got, look, 37 comments.
Facebook Live, just in case.
Wow,
Because I don't see
we're
any
not seeing
question.
anything. Hold on, people.
You got,
Yeah, turn that off.
No, it's just comments. It's just comments. There's no
Just
questions.
comments? Okay.
There's no questions. We appreciate all the comments. Thank you so much. Again, if anybody wants to reach out to us individually, let us know. We're here for you guys. Have a good night.
Thank you.